Leo. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Friday. It is Friday, but I'm going to be posting the weekly readings every Thursday for the fire signs. What I wanted to share with you guys is that I am going to be giving away personal readings to 4 people monthly. I don't think that I'm going to continue doing the monthly readings, but I am going to continue doing my weekly readings. At the end of the month, for those of you whose name I choose, I'm going to be making a video and then making an announcement every end of the month. Then the following month, I'm going to be doing one reading every week. So, but in order for you to be chosen and to have this opportunity, as you are going to see me pull out the names on the video, please, you need to be subscribed and you need to write your name and flower emoji, in the comments. So, that's something that I want to do so that I can continue to inspire you and, to keep watching. Of course, I do have personal readings, but the readings that I'm offering are 20-minute readings for those of you who subscribe. And then check the About page if you happen to forget, what I just said. And then also check once watching this video, check your sun, moon, and other placements. Because sometimes all the readings, you might have this is a Leo reading, but you might have your placement in Cancer. Your sun in Cancer and the moon in, let's say, Capricorn. Okay, so because this is a monthly reading, I've chosen 11 decks. I told you from the beginning I love to pull cards, and that's just because there's so many situations. And of course, the whole reading is not going to resonate with everyone, but maybe parts of the readings will, as I pull out from different situations. And we see how we put the pieces of the puzzles together. But I've been very, blessed to have all my readings be synchronized. And it's like I say, I always pray about this. So for that reason, I'm also going to pick 2 mystery cards that we will check out at the end of the reading. And I'm doing that from 2 different, 2 different decks. All right, Spirit, come through for us. What do we need to know for the sign of Leo? What messages and guidance are you going to offer them? I don't know why I'm seeing carrots. Maybe some of you are eating carrots. I'm seeing carrots so clearly. I don't like carrots. So let me know in the comments if some of you are sitting down eating carrots. That's what carrots. All right, Spirit, one more. I'm sorry, you guys. It's just that I really like my jumpers. All right, so we're going to put this card to the side. And then I'm going to choose from this other deck. Spirit, can I just have one card, please? Thank you. Put that there. Today, for some reason, I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded. All right, let's check our energies. I'm also going to be posting some shorts. I haven't decided what day I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll do it I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Those will probably be whenever I have the time away from my main readings. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed. I have 4 subscribers, but I'm grateful even, for one. Spirit, what do we have for Leo, please? All right. Speak your truth. Somebody already had this. I forget what sign. I think for the June reading as well. And it says, never be afraid to speak your truth. Stand strong, shake the ground you walk on, and never back down from your own morals and beliefs. You know what I'm getting straight directly? I'm getting that you might have had an issue with somebody, and this pertains to work. I'm getting work directly, but we're going to clarify. I have 2 different tarot decks to clarify from. This deck is huge. But it's one of my favorites. Spirit, can you clarify speaking your truth for Leo? What does Leo need to speak up about? Spirit, what do we need to know? It says the world. Yeah, you did it. You now do something to celebrate a job well done. So in speaking your truth, you're going to get to a place where you're going to be like, okay, I did it. I let that out. And now, I released it. Because you know how that feels when you bottle things up. So it's almost like, I've come to my completion. I spoke. Whatever happens thereafter happens. So it's that you're going to be like releasing yourself from speaking your truth. Maybe this is about, somebody slandering you or slandering your name, saying things that you haven't done. And now it's like, I'm going to speak, my truth on that particular thing, because they're probably wondering like what's bothering you. But oh no, that's too many, Spirit. And then you have the Queen of Swords. Wow. Don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. Thank you, Spirit. So don't you dare lower your voice. Do not let people intimidate you. Do not let people put fear in you, because you know how sometimes people will be like, well, don't say anything, because that might just lead to more problems. No. I almost did that recently with a situation I had, and I was in so much fear. And I swear, you guys, I kept on getting this card, and I kept on getting the 9 of Wands, which is the wounded warrior. And the message on this particular deck was, it's going to take a lot for them to defeat you. And I did what I needed to do, and things turned out, because I was supposed to speak to an officer, and I was afraid, because I was like, what if they don't believe me? What if they think that I'm the problem? But I made the right decision. So speak your truth and have that strength. You're going to have the strength to speak your truth. It might take you a little bit. You might need to sit on it, but you're going to gain the strength. You're going to have empathy for yourself. It's almost like I have to look out for myself. It's kind of like that, because in speaking out, you're looking out for yourself. The 7 of Swords. So you might be, being strategic about how you're going to come out and do this. So that's why, you're in your first, well, they're both sitting. If you look at the cards, they're both sitting, and just like, she's probably looking at those, and they both, wow. She has a frog on her lap, and she has a cat on her lap. So it's almost like, they don't want to sit with people to decide, but maybe having a frog or maybe your pets might give you that. For me, when I had my dog was so much therapy for me. Like, I could be going through whatever, but every time I held him, like if my body felt tight, the minute I held him, I felt better. So, you're being strategic about it. So, and you also need to think about like taking a selfless action. That's what I'm hearing. Like, not being selfish with yourself, being selfless. Like, I'm going to look out for myself, because it's always about everybody else. But you're going to think about it, and you're going to move strategically. Oh my God, what am I taking so many cards from here? I wasn't supposed to take any more cards. That's crazy. Let's clarify with tarot. It was just supposed to be 3. Well, see, this is what I mean when Spirit just guides you to do. You have a plan, but Spirit is like, nope. Because we needed that clarification. We needed to know how you're going to move. What you're going to do. Yeah. And you might be walking away from the situation, moving on to calmer waters, which is why it brings you this. You know what I mean? Like, you need to walk away, make sure who you're taking with you, right? Or feelings that you're taking with you. Right? Which you might not take any feelings, like probably, resentment, sadness, fear, because maybe you feel like you didn't accomplish what you needed to accomplish, but you will, because you got the world. So you're going to be all right. But those are the steps that you need to take, and not just burst anything out or make a fast move. Just chill, think it through, and be strategic. Because the Seven of Swords, in the other tarot deck, you know, he moves like being sneaky. But sneaky could be looked at as something negative, but it can also be looked at as something positive. If you think about it, right? If you're stealing money, for example, you're going to be sneaky. But if you're celebrating somebody's birthday, you know, that's a positive way of being sneaky. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So you're going to be going through this healing. As you walk away, you're healing. You know, you're nurturing yourself, because that's what the Queen of Cups is all about. She's a nurturer, but she just doesn't nurture. Well, she actually forgets to nurture herself, and she is like the Empress. She starts like nurturing other people. Like the Empress, she's all about like giving, giving, giving. But, you know, with this water energy, now it's going to be about you. It's going to be like, you know what? I need to heal myself. Like it's always about people. Not anymore. I need to look out for myself. Yeah. And you need to reach a point of balance. Right? Because right now it's like, maybe your thoughts are all over the place. And you just need to get to a calm place. Where just like, you need to get to a calm place so you can go to a calm place. But you need to do that, like I said, planning. You know what I mean? Not moving fast. And again, Spirit wants me to take another card. All right. Give me one more. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we'll check the bottom of the deck. All right. Oh, so we have the 9 of Pentacles. You're going to be enjoying the results. Or whatever it is you're going to be working strategically towards, you're going to be enjoying the results. Because in the end, you make the right decision. And it seems more that once you speak your truth, it's almost like, I spoke my mind, you didn't value me, peace. And you're just going to walk away. It doesn't feel like you're going to stay in this place after speaking your truth. It's almost like I'm getting the energy of whoever you're, let's say it's a boss, right? And maybe this boss was thinking negative of you. Then all of a sudden, because they're believing this other person, or it could be anything, not just work. I'm just using this as an example. And then all of a sudden, once you speak your truth, you make, you know, because sometimes when people assume they're making a behind, a donkey of themselves, so that might be the case. And you might just want to, you know, shut them off. Like get them to realize you messed up. Now you lost something good. Because you had me looking like the bad guy. But I'm going to speak my truth. And once I do that, I make you realize that I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to say peace out. That's what I'm feeling clearly. All right, let's do love. Let's see, maybe you may be also walking away from somebody. Excuse me. It says love is still there, deep down our hearts, but we should definitely spend more time together. The other one says the storms will pass away and I will still be here with you for good. Wow. So this is pretty much clear, right? So, I guess that for some of you, maybe you haven't been spending quality time with your significant other. And I think that that's what's probably, you know, causing you guys not to feel connected. But in the end, you know, you're gonna solve it. Because it's like, this is a storm. You know, people go through that. Sometimes you're going through problems, your partner's going through problems, and then sometimes you don't want to share it with each other because you don't want to put that burden on them. But it's almost like, you know, once you get back into the energy of being together, having fun, then everything passes, and then you're back in a good place. So that's really clear. Okay, for others of you, you might be blocking somebody. You may not want anything to do with somebody. So this is why I say, you know, there's so many of you out there. So for example, this might be one situation, and then this is another one. You may be blocking somebody or somebody blocked you. And you might be blocking somebody that was like really reckless. You know, they were probably like juggling, being with other people, and you just had enough. That's the message that I'm getting. That's the reason why maybe some of you, it may resonate, you know, that it may not have to do like, you know, here. It might resonate with some of you that you walked away from somebody who's being reckless. For some of you, you walked away from a job, you know, from that situation with a coworker and just, you know, making somebody feel dumb for slandering you, for thinking negative of you. But others of you, you might be walking away from somebody who was your significant other. And now, you know, they were so reckless that you were just like, I'm done, I'm blocking you, whatever. For others of you, like I said, you're going to just, you know, come to a place where you need to get back into that moment of enjoying each other's company in order to bring back stability. Alrighty, let's get a message from the universe. Universe, what do we have for the sign of Leo? And also, you know, you might be needing the attention because Leos are very about getting attention. You know, a Leo loves to walk into a room and just get attention. They like to be like the light of everything. So it might be like you being a Leo, you need that attention and you're not getting it. So because you haven't been like bonding, that's what I'm hearing. Bonding is making you like go back to, you know, not going your separate ways, but it's kind of creating, it's hindering the relationship. What's meant to be yours is already making its way to you. What was never yours is starting to flee from you. With time, it will all make sense. For now, bear the confusion and focus on living fully in the present. Don't let your whole life be, I'll be happy when. Be happy now. Okay? So if you guys are going through the situation of speaking your truth, you know, don't let that confusion block you. And you won't, because in the end, you're going to get the results that you wanted. I really strongly feel it's just you want to like, you know, prove a point, because once you leave, like this person's going to be like, oh man, I really lost out on a good one, right? Kind of like the one that got away, but when it came to love. All right, this decisive action. You are being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving. Set your intentions and take action towards making your dreams a reality. You have a door in front of you. Trust your instincts here. So when you're walking away from this, you have another door that's opening. So I'm feeling like you guys are not gonna, it's not gonna take you long before you find, you know, another job. So that's what I'm getting. It's almost because I'm hearing Spirit tell me that you're so good at what you do and you're so competent that it's not going to take you long. You might even end up in a better position. I was telling that to another sign. But I'm glad that, you know, usually people are in that comfort, and I'm glad, you know, congratulations that you're finding the strength to speak your truth and walk away. And really walking away, you know, you don't know what you have until you lost it, basically. That's what Spirit is telling me. Straight up. Okay, 444. Blessing in disguise. Obstacles, hardships, strength. There might be some difficulties ahead, but you will push through. You got this. If you have been struggling or feeling lost, the winds of change will blow in your favor. If you've been suffering or feeling lost, some things may fall apart, but you're building the framework for something much better. Hang in there. Solidifying strength. So you're going to find the strengths and you're going to get here. So you're good. Don't worry about it, my friends. Don't you worry about it. What do we have here? Are we taking all of them out? Yes. All right, we're going to do angel messages. Then we'll do our secret cards. Guys, I ask that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Remember that if you want your personal free reading, comment with an emoji of a flower. Oh, yikes. Okay, for Raphael. Seek out other responsibilities. Look for the magic in your life. Be aware of your own emotions. That clarifies the Queen of Cups. Be aware of your emotions, right? Because sometimes when we have conversations, we let our emotions get the best of you. And that could be anything. That could be, you know, you're crying. In some cases, you can help it, right? I'm not going to tell you don't cry, but try to be in control of your emotions, because what I'm hearing is if you're not, then it blocks your judgment, and it blocks the things that you need to say. But I mean, but if by all means you need to cry and speaking up, then, that's what needs to happen. Okay, you have mushroom spirit, hidden wonder. Beauty often arises from some surprising places. So find the hidden wonders in your life. As you move away, right, you're wondering, like, what's out there? So that's a place of, it's a surprise, right? Because you don't know what's out there. But you're just going to go. You're going to roll with the punches, do what you need to do, and just whatever happens, happens. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So this is just like an acclamation. Right? So this is why Spirit is saying you need to keep saying to yourself, I'm indecisive right now, but I need to do this, this, and this, and get that strength to be able to do this. Because strength was clarified twice. So you are in that indecision mode, but you're going to make it through. All right, guys. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here with me today. You're going to see the subscribe button. Just tap on it. Or if you're watching from a TV, just click on it. And then you're going to see the next video. As I said, watch it to see if any of your moon placements or sun placements, are there. You will know your own chart. Thank you, guys. Take care. God bless. And one love.